Astralis was once the greatest dynasty in CSGO history.
He goes down with the max 7, he can't make it happen. Finally, Pasha coming in with a refrag, but he's down. The bomb has been picked up by Dupree. They get the spray, Neo takes one, and Towns is there. And Astralis, they win the first major championship, 16-14 against Virtus.pro.
The best of all time, Intel Grand Slam, it's Astralis.
Their roster featured some of the best players in CSGO, and for years, no other team even came close to them.
Flashed, he's gonna get that shot, and that has to feel a little bit going out middle of the air. But a McKinney takes every single one.
Astralis changed the way CSGO was played forever.
Astralis grenading their way into overtime.
No other CSGO team was as successful as Astralis. But in 2021, that all came crashing down.
It's definitely disappointing, and I have my work cut out for me, and I need to address it because it's not good enough.
Heading into the 2019 Berlin Major, all eyes were on Astralis. Despite a relatively shaky year, they were still considered one of the best teams in CSGO. And once Astralis got rolling, they reminded everyone why they'd been so dominant for so long. They went undefeated in the playoffs, crushing Liquid and defeating Vanguard to win their 4th major.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up once again for your champions, Astralis!
Astralis.
Once and for all, Astralis cemented themselves as the greatest CSGO team of all time. And now, every supposed S-tier CSGO team was asking themselves the same question. How do you beat Astralis? You see, Astralis shared the quarterfinal stage in Berlin with some unexpected company. Teams like Renegades, NRG, and Vanguard beat out established legends like ENCE, Vitality, and Na'Vi. Astralis' continued dominance showed that relying on star power from players like Zayu and Simple was not enough. Teams realized that if you wanted to beat Astralis, you had to become Astralis, a well-oiled machine with no weak links. Astralis changed the way teams were built forever, and ultimately, that was their undoing. Once 2020 hit, those changes happened immediately.
Complexity 2-on-2, they have a slight health advantage, but against these weapons for Astralis, it might not matter. Oh, Magisk, he had the health for it, but now he's been taken out, and Sip just trying to buy time, flank it around, Blame hunting him down, and he turns for it. Immediate defuse, he's right there with the kid. Oh my god, I can't believe it, 16 and 12. Complexity taking down Astralis 2-0.
A revamped Complexity lineup knocked Astralis out of Blast, the first tournament of the year. It was more of the same at the IEM World Championship, where Na'Vi, now equipped with Perfecto, 2-0'd Astralis and won the tournament.
Glaive now fully committed towards outside, and they seem to know it as well. Piece by piece, Na'Vi are finding this 16th round, no problem at all. Through the flames, Dupree will retreat, 25 HP, call it done, and there it is, 16-5, a very convincing 2-0 there. The best looking Na'Vi I've ever seen against the world's #1 team there. They made them look average, they made them look foolish at times, and it's a team effort as well. This wasn't just a simple show. Every single player on Na'Vi showed up here in the semi-final.
Astralis showed signs of life at the Rio Major qualifier, but the good news stopped there. The global pandemic changed life as we knew it. Obviously, LANs couldn't happen, so the Rio Major was delayed and then eventually canceled as we moved into the online era. And that caused a new, unexpected problem for Astralis: burnout. Astralis' longtime IGL Glaive took a break to focus on his mental health. A few weeks later, Xyp9x followed suit, citing similar issues. The next few months were rough. Without their core intact, Astralis struggled. But since the major got canceled, the boys didn't miss out on too much, and by December, they were whole again to close out the year in a big way.
Astralis still invested, still interested, and Dupree with the quick flick gets rid of a liege. Him at the ramp is very, very low. He's doing damage, but they've lost him, and it's Twists alone in the 1v3. Dupree with the kill, and Astralis grab that 16th. They take the 3rd, and that does mean that they've done it. My oh my, in a year that was dominated by every team except the Danes, the one true kings have retaken their throne.
Although Astralis finished off 2020 with a big win at the IEM Global Challenge, things just looked different. Even when they were whole, they just didn't seem as dominant as they were before the online era. It didn't help that other teams were finally putting up real results, and on top of that, onliners were rising up and making a name for themselves, often by pushing Astralis to their limit. And by the time that 2021 rolled around, it was clear that the greatest team in CSGO was on the decline.
$400,000 on the line for this retake. That is the difference. And it's all on Glaive. Low HP for 3. Na'Vi, they've got it. Na'Vi have done it. Your Blast Global Finals Grand Champs.
And I don't think there's much left here. Magisk in a 1 versus 2. And here's a flashbang, and that is all that he has. No kits or anything else, so this is going to be a rough crossfire to try and break. He runs right onto the site, gets one, turns, and taps him with a headshot. And it is big. 16-8 as they drop Astralis down into the showdown and knock them out of the group here. What an amazing performance here from the 4th best team in the world, taking out number 1.
dupreeh out. Device has found something. Maybe this monster with the AWP can find another and make it slightly more realistic. Sanji is tucked in. A man possessed, though he'd have to do it all, and he has adjusted into Sanji. 3 more, Virtus Pro have it. Just have to pull across the line. 1 more will do, 1 frag. And he's running out of time as well, doesn't hit it. Virtus Pro, baby, they've done it. They're into the semi-finals and they send Astralis home. All the big names knocked down on their way. IEM Katowice 2021 has got a very different flavor.
Astralis lost again and again. They were a shell of their former selves. They tried experimenting with Bubsky as a 6th man, but the results still didn't change. During the course of 2021, the magic slipped away from Astralis.
There's something wrong right now within the Astralis camp. I think Magic said it a little bit yesterday in the interview. He didn't mean to give away as much as he did, but the confidence right now and the individual skill level from the Astralis players is nowhere near where it's supposed to be. They are aware, we are aware, and we see the consequences right here.
And things only went from bad to worse. New young stars rose up to help dig Astralis' grave.
And Astralis conceding.
Take a breath.
Yuri confirming it only more as the frags do come in. A harrowing loss, but a spectacular victory. Headshots from Magisk, delaying the inevitable. It's confirmed, 16-2. That'll get them loud, that'll get them out of their seats. Fury, a domination against Astralis. The old guard fall, and the new breed are in the semi-finals.
A 3 versus 2 here in the afterplant. Magisk with a 1 kill. Good lineup, good crossfire. And now it's Mantu versus Sip. They know where he is. He's right in that corner. He's definitely already been spotted. Jumps up and it's going to be the flick, taking him out. And that is going to be the second map in favor of OG. Absolutely spectacular in overtime. And Mantu, top of the board towards the end. What a performance from him. OG with a new lineup, and they are looking so hot right now.
The 16th seed has taken down the 1st seed.
Boom.
To kick things off in the showdown. And if that doesn't sum it all up, the struggles, the trials that Astralis are going through right now, the king of clutch himself, Xyp9x, you're thinking once upon a time, there's no way he loses this. And yet here we have it.
All of a sudden, Astralis, the team that won 4 majors, the greatest dynasty in CSGO history, was at rock bottom. And then, the unthinkable happened.
What's up, guys? I sleep in 1 time, bro. Like, didn't take the day off. I still planned on streaming, and Device leaves Astralis to NIP?
Everyone knew that Astralis had to make a change. But even now, it's pretty shocking to think about how Device left the team he led for almost a decade. But the move made sense. Astralis clearly weren't working anymore, and things weren't gonna go back to the way they were before the online era. Device didn't become a 4-time major champion by sitting around and waiting for things to improve. He left Astralis because he wanted to win again.
At least from where I come, you are maybe 5 steps ahead in how you practice, prepare, working with Danny, spoken a little bit with him as well, so just really excited to get going. I think that, as you also said, and as Jonas said, I think we have the possibility to dominate a lot of teams, be the best in the world.
NiP fans may have loved the news, but for Astralis, this hurt. They didn't just lose their statistically best player, they lost a part of their identity. They lost a brother.
Well, obviously, Nikolai, I know that you have made up your decision, and I respect it fully. And I'm gonna start crying now because it's actually quite emotional. How do you put it out? I mean, I respect everything you've done and what we've been through. And yeah, I mean, I wish you the best going forward. I'm gonna try and do my best to fulfill your shoes. But we'll see where everything goes from there. And I hope we'll see you at other events. We've already talked about this, and I appreciate all the things we've been through.
Astralis tried to fill Device's position with Lucky, but that wasn't enough. At least not immediately.
He's got 3 in the round already. He's looking to close it out for Ents, and there it is. Diha will deliver. End state 2-0 Astralis, taking them down on their map pick.
Astralis never placed higher than 3rd in 2021. A decent showing for most teams, but not for Astralis. Meanwhile, other teams took over the spotlight for the first time in years. The final nail in Astralis' coffin was the Stockholm Major, where they bombed out in groups, placing 12th overall.
This could be it for Astralis. 3 players. Glaive has pulled out all the stops. Zip, what have you got? The answer's nothing. Vitality 2 frags away from sending Astralis out of the Legend stage. Nade. Oh, it's well played. Daiwu beheads him. It's all onto Lucky. An AK and a dream, or Astralis are left in the Legend stage. No Stockholm, no crowd. Lucky trying to kick and scream as best he can. 1 low. Shox is on 10 HP. The rookie trying to extend play, gets the info towards the Goose position.
Halfway gone.
He's paranoid about long. He's got to commit now. Daiwu, he's the one to secure it. Astralis eliminated by Vitality right down to the wire. 29 rounds on Dust 2.
It was their worst major performance since 2018 and left them 4 spots behind Device on NIP. As the major ended, the writing was on the wall. The old Astralis was dead. Magisk and Dupree bailed, leaving Zipnix and Glaive as the only remaining original members of the team left. But Astralis died long before the team fell apart. They died the moment that Glaive and Zip took their breaks. It's unclear why, but the team was never the same after that. The Astralis era ended when the pandemic began. We didn't realize it until now, but the team that defined CSGO has been gone for a long time. And yet, for some reason, their story seems unfinished. Simple won his first major, but he didn't do it by toppling the old gods of CSGO. He did it by beating another player who spent years getting bopped by Astralis. Depending on how you look at it, Astralis were either CSGO's greatest heroes or its greatest villains. But we never really got that climactic ending we all hoped for. No one defeated the Giants once and for all. Astralis was the best team in the world. Year after year, they changed the way people played CS. 4 majors, dozens of tournament victories, thousands of maps won, and now it's all over. No big climactic finish, just a quiet fall.
The era with the 5 guys we've been in Astralis for so long and winning so many things and dominating everything just suddenly came to an end.
They're kind of the gods of Danish Counter-Strike, as you could call them. So yeah, they're definitely a part of my childhood.
It's a team that everyone likes in Denmark and looks up to and wants to join one day.
Obviously, no one can be the best forever, but we have no idea what happens next. Is Na'Vi gonna become the next Astralis and win 3 more majors? Can Device or the new Astralis lineup even find success? With all of them scattered on different teams, they'll all have to figure out what exactly made Astralis so great. Was it the world's best IGL? The world's most consistent opper? The world's most dedicated fragger? Or was it all of them the whole time? Despite Astralis collapsing, their achievements can't be understated. And it seems impossible that any team will ever achieve the same heights they did. After all, Astralis changed CSGO forever twice. Once when it all started, and again when it all fell apart. Does that make Device Sasuke? No, absolutely, wait. This works, right? Because Device is Sasuke because he left the village. And Glaive is Naruto. Yeah. That makes Glaive Naruto, and Zip is Sakura in that case?
Glaive is not really the personality doesn't match.
No, the personality doesn't match, but where they are in this placement does.